recording, share application. There we go. So can we see this? Is it popping up? Sometimes it doesn't always pop up. Can we do? Yahtzee. Okay. So on the left-hand side here, we're going to be calculating the expected return. So the expected return was not a simple average. It was the weighted average of the dividend, of the amount of dividend, and the probability of that dividend happening. So again, it's the same distribution set or distribution of values as the PowerPoint. So there is a 10% chance we're going to make $10 in the dividend, 20% chance we're going to make $7, and so on and so forth, right? To calculate the weighted average, we take the dividend, multiply it by the probability. So we're just taking the dividend, multiplying it by the probability all the way down. Like this. There we go. And then once we've weighted each occurrence by the probability, we just add up each value. Okay, so that's 5.1 or $5.10. So we're multiplying the dividend by the probability of that dividend happening, and then we do that for each possible dividend, and then add up each. Okay. Does anybody have any questions at this point, or would like some clarification on that? On Excel, there might actually be a weighted average formula, or formula function that you can use. I just never have, so I'm just doing it this way. Okay. So now that we have the expected return, or the average return, of $5.10, we can calculate the variance between each possible outcome and the expected outcome. How we do that is we come over here. There we go. Again, this is how we calculate the variance. Oop. So we have each dividend again, plus the probability of that dividend happening. The expected return was $5.10, so I'm just going to put that in each column here. There we go. Now, there's a reason I'm laying it out like this. The next column over is the formula that you use for each occurrence. How you calculate the variance is the sum of each one of those pieces. How we do that is we take the outcome, or the dividend, we minus the expected value or the expected dividend. We then put that to the power of 2, and then multiply it by the probability. So I will just do one here for you. We're going to take the dividend minus the expected return or expected occurrence. Okay, we're then going to put that to the power of 2, and then multiply it by the probability. Okay, now we do this with every single occurrence or every single dividend, and then add up all those values, and it will give us the variance. Okay, I recommend that you do it this way because you break down one big equation into small little steps, small little replicable steps, instead of putting in one big massive equation into Excel. Okay, so if we hit OK, there we go. We get 2.401. If we do this, if you put in the equation correctly, all you have to do is copy and paste that equation down. So you take your fancy little thingy, you click the bottom right-hand corner of the cell and drag all the way down, and you get the value for each calculation. Now, what you want to do is add up all of those numbers, and it'll give you the variance. Yeah.
Good like that. You have the outcome minus expected value to the power of 2 and probability. It's just like the categories really kind of just like actual like squares. What do you mean by the value? The outcome and
Oh. Sorry, that's confusing. We're kind of merging two schools of thought.
I just wasn't sure, like, which term are your tangible and which one are
I'll change it in a second. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So just let me change some of the terms so you kind of, this topic or using this kind of information and the calculations that we're doing, you're mixing finance and statistics. So things get called different things. So I'm just going to make everything a bit more consistent. Give me 30 seconds. Okay, so dividend, expected return. There we go. So that should be a bit more consistent. Okay. So when I say dividend, it means is an outcome. So we'll call it dividend from now on. Expected return is the expected outcome, but we'll call it expected return with a finance conversation. Was there another question? Okay, well, if you let me know. Okay, so now what we want to do to calculate the variance is we just want to add up each one of these. And we get $5.69. On the PowerPoint, it's going to say $5.68. Excel here is rounded. Rounding up, I should say. So we've calculated the expected return. We've calculated the variance. And again, I recommend you calculate the variance in that kind of separated manner, because you can put you can calculate it in one big equation, but if you do that and you miss a bracket or something stupid like that, you'll come out with completely, which is incorrect stuff. So we've calculated the variance. Now we are going to calculate the standard deviation. We use the variance to calculate the standard deviation, and we do that by just taking the square root of the variance. Okay, this can be done on calculators with that little upside, the check mark with the weird little line. If there's an accurate term for that, I don't know what it is. Or you can, in Excel, you just use the square root function. So the variance was 5.69. You hit equals SQRT. Oh, sorry. Square root of this, and you get 2.38, blah, 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 all those numbers. So you hit equals, SQRT, open bracket, the variance, close the bracket, and then give you the standard deviation. Oh. Okay. How did I get it? Oh. Sorry? Oh, you guys are actually doing it. I do that all the time. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'd like you to hit it yourself. No. Not yet. Later. Okay, so let's go through that. Complete the worksheet, and I'm going to cover make sure everyone's doing it right.
And then another one? Yes. And then we make dividend.